This video is sponsored and is based on an article originally written on The Athletic, the best coverage of baseball and more. Go to theathletic.com/Dawson Wright to receive 50% off a yearly subscription and start a 30-day free trial. Heading into this offseason, the Chicago Cubs have some serious work to do. Not only do they need to catch up to the Cardinals and Brewers in the 2020 NL Central race, but they need to do whatever is necessary to extend their contention window past 2021. And whatever is necessary may include trading one of their biggest franchise stars. So what's going on, everybody? It's Dawson, and today we are going to be discussing whether or not the Cubs will trade Kris Bryant and what the Cubs should do instead. Let's go ahead and get started. About a week ago, there was a report from Jon Morosi that multiple MLB executives believe at least one player out of the group of Bryant, Lindor, and Betts will be traded this offseason. And as hard as it may seem to believe on the surface, it is totally possible for Bryant to be traded this offseason. Cubs GM Theo Epstein has made it very clear that nobody on the roster is untouchable. Looking at their current situation, that makes a lot of sense. The Cubs have come up short the last 2 years in a row, not only in the division, but the postseason as well. In 2018, the Cubs lost Game 163 to the Brewers, and then were dropped off in the wildcard game by the Rockies. In 2019, the Cubs missed the postseason entirely and finished 7 games back in the NL Central. It's time for change, and more than just a managerial one. The whole reason Bryant's name has started to come up in so many trade rumors is due to the fear of what the future could hold for the Cubs. Anthony Rizzo, Javier Baez, Kris Bryant, and Kyle Schwarber will all be free agents after the 2021 season, and Willson Contreras will become a free agent the year after that. With all of these key players becoming free agents in the coming years, Cubs ownership has already seen the warning signs starting to flash, and they have made their directive clear. Make sure the Cubs' window of contention extends past 2021. Next season, the Cubs may appear to have a worse roster on paper than 2019, but if the organization is better off in the long run, it'll be well worth it. And that is where we come to Kris Bryant, one of the most hyped prospects in the history of the sport. All he has done since becoming a member of the Cubs is perform. He won NL Rookie of the Year in 2015, NL MVP in 2016, and led the Cubs to their first World Series championship in over 108 years. What Bryant has accomplished in a Cubs uniform has already made him a legend in Chicago, and he is still only 27 years old. With all of that being said, I think it is fair to say that Kris Bryant is one of the greatest players of his generation. As I mentioned earlier, Bryant will be a free agent following the 2021 season, and currently he has not indicated that he will re-sign with the Cubs before testing the free agent market. If he does test the free agent market, there will be plenty of teams that will have more money to offer than the Cubs, and if last offseason told us anything, money talks. But right now, any GM out there currently looking to trade for a superstar will consider Mookie Betts and Francisco Lindor. Either would be better fits than Bryant for most clubs, and there is also a service time grievance that the MLBPA filed on behalf of Bryant, which means it is uncertain if Bryant will be under club control until 2021. Depending on the ruling of the grievance, Bryant could become a free agent at the end of 2020. If Bryant does become a free agent, then he would be the exact type of free agent the Cubs would be looking for anyways, and he wouldn't come with any of the adjustment period to Chicago. Bryant has mentioned how much he loves to play in Chicago, and the Cubs could use their new marquee sports network money to either extend him or sign him as a free agent. So will Bryant be moved this offseason? Well, the market for Bryant is not very strong. If Bryant is moved, he probably won't sign an extension with the team that trades for him. On top of that, he will demand at least $40 million in arbitration the next 2 seasons combined. Signing Anthony Rendon to a long-term deal seems like a better option for teams than trading for Bryant and giving up a load of prospects. It seems very unlikely that a perfect deal will appear on Theo's desk one morning, and unless that happens, Bryant will be in a Cubs uniform for at least a bit longer. In a perfect world, the Cubs would be able to be aggressive in 2020 while still trying to extend their window of contention past 2021. Unfortunately, that's not the world we live in. The Cubs will have to move one of their big pieces to try and infuse more youth into their organization, but which big piece should they move? Enter in Willson Contreras. Contreras is coming off a difficult second half at the plate and an injury, but he is still one of the best catchers in all of baseball with some room to grow. At 27 years old, Contreras has made 2 All-Star teams, won a World Series, and has shown tons of potential. This offseason, there are plenty of teams looking for a catcher, teams that will be able to provide the Cubs with the amount of young prospects they need in exchange for Contreras. The top catcher on the market, Rendon, will be turning 32 next year, which is starting to get up there in age for a catcher. But Contreras' offensive ability, improved framing skills, and ability to lead a veteran pitching staff is worth it to teams for parting with some prospects. Contreras is the only player in the core group of Cubs that can be replaced without a dramatic drop-off. Victor Caratini may never carry the offensive power Contreras does, but he was very impressive in how he performed in the chances he had last season. Caratini had a 10.4% walk rate, and he possesses the type of plate approach the Cubs' offense is currently lacking. Caratini swung and missed at fastballs just 24.6% of the time, and chased breaking balls out of the zone only at a 5.2% rate. Other than Ben Zobrist, no other member of the Cubs was above league average in both of those categories. Contreras was worse than league average in both. Caratini provides the production in the Cubs lineup with the different approach they need. By trading Contreras, the Cubs can focus on upgrading other parts of their roster and add depth to their organization that's ranked one of the worst in baseball. Only Javier Baez would get a better return package than Contreras. As good as Kris Bryant is, the conservative nature of MLB front offices today, combined with the uncertainty of his contract future, would result in less of a return than expected for such a great player. While trading Bryant, Contreras, or any other core member of the team is less than ideal, the Cubs need it if they are going to be serious contenders beyond 2021. The last thing fans want to do is sit through another rebuild. But let me know what you guys think in the comments section below, whether you think the Cubs should trade Kris Bryant, Willson Contreras, or have a different offseason plan. And thank you all for watching. If you enjoyed, be sure to drop a like on this video and subscribe to the channel. We are creeping up on 40,000 subscribers. And once again, I'd like to thank The Athletic for sponsoring this video. If you guys want to check out some of the best ad-free baseball coverage with writers like Rosenthal and Stark, check the link in the description to start a 30-day free trial and get 50% off an annual subscription. But thanks again, everybody, and I will see you all in the next video.
Bring me back the pain, bring me back the late nights. Everything will change, turn it into a paradise. Girl, I want your love, didn't reciprocate. Take everything we've done, don't wanna let it go to waste. Bring me back the pain, bring me back the late nights. Everything will change, turn it into